Sentinels would at least get locked if DSG can close this one out here.
Yeah, DSG did not miss a beat changing out top laners. You know, they lost Castle, and a lot of people were like, oh, the sky is falling. Our best player is gone.
Yep.
And turns out they just plug in Srtty, give him a first pick Rumble. Of course, you know, you're playing Rumble into Ornn and you have the Deathfire Touch in here too. But he also, on top of that, like earned a very, very good lead, even more than kind of like baseline, and came in, good ults, good roam timers too. You know, walking down lane, getting back in time for the minion wave, playing there for dragon fights. But also, I think the highlight was probably KryRa and Callme's Realm Warp plays. They had multiple of them. Go for this level 6 off your Scuttle Crab one, go in, kill eXyu and steal the dragon, and then the next team fight. So I just think DSG looked really, really locked in and connected here. So Dig are going to have to do something special for me in game 2 to keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, you said that. Do they even have a chance? That's how you threw it to the lounge.
That's what it's looking like here.
That is kind of what it's looking like.
They have taken some games off some very good LCS teams.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I do want to highlight, though, that Photon was on a tank in that game 1. I feel like Dig always look better when Photon's on a carry, something that he can actually have agency on at the top lane. So I'm imagining maybe Dignitas, this is their season on the line. If they lose this game, they cannot make playoffs. They still have to play next week, of course, but that will just be to maybe play upset in seedings. They have to win both series.
You think Calm's right now, Photon's like, I'm not going out on Sion. You're not giving
me Gwen.
You're not giving me a Sion or something in this game. I'm not going out like that. We're gonna, you know, give me a real pick.
Well, so far, no top laners banned. So wide open champ pool. It's Varus, Lucian, Karma, and then Bard, Pantheon, Nocturne. So junglers and bot laners. So it's Orianna, first pick for Dignitas, immediately answered by Akali J4. Aggressive diving combo.
This is my favorite combo, especially, okay, so my theory now, with Orianna losing phase rush, I think that it significantly hurt her. Because she already was a champion where you could devise team comps and strategies against her where, okay, fine, Orianna's OP, we'll give it to you, but we're going to attack you in the side lanes later. We're going to make your life very dangerous.
Yeah, low mobility mid lane.
And now, with the removal of phase rush, you lost even more mobility. And so I love Jarvan Akali answers because Jarvan, obviously, your Cataclysm, very effective against Orianna. And Akali, you put tremendous pressure on, kill pressure on the Orianna, especially later into the game, into the side lanes. And so I do like this DSG mindset already. You know, you could tell they were thinking about it ahead of time. We're leaving the Orianna up for sure. We're insta-locking the Akali Jarvan. And this time around, it is Srtty's turn to pick the tank here. And he does blind pick both games. Of course, when people are like, oh, you know, counter pick versus blind pick type stuff, sometimes when you're first picking a Rumble, it's a little different. It's a little different connotation to the blind pick, but they did grab up the Poppy on the side of Dignitas after seeing the Akali and Jarvan attempts at making the Orianna's life dangerous, and Poppy is a very good like bodyguard style champ.
Exactly. I wanted to highlight that because it also is flexible in the draft here. Could go jungle, could technically go support if they want to pair it. Not like the most common with an Ezreal, but you know, if you want something else in the jungle to really punish DSG later in the draft, you have that option. But like you said, Srtty's kind of taking the handshake this time, saying, I'll be the tank, I'll be the front line, and that means that they get to ban away the carries from Photon. He's not going to play the Gwen. His favorite champion is off the table, as well as the Gnar.
Yeah, Gwen and Gnar, two of his favorite champions, and two very good picks into tanks and into Sion. So good protection bans from DSG here for Srtty at the very least. And we'll see. I mean, Photon, you know, could go Bruiser into it as well. There's, you know, Aatrox options and stuff, even though that's a lot less frequent now. So we'll see. Renata would be very, very interesting for your team fight, but they are already showing a decent amount of dive. They don't go with the hover onto the Kai'Sa and go full on the dive, but still, if you can go like Yunara Lulu and have some really big carry potential with Akali and Jarvan kind of diving by themselves anyway, then that can create a lot of space for you.
I like it because it kind of gives you that dichotomy that you're just talking about. They have like the 3 core frontline, Yunara, and we're presuming Lulu, something like that. But then they also have the dive bros, dive siblings, dive folks. There we go. We're going to go with dive folks in the Akali and the J4 that can try and make an Orianna's life miserable, but then they still have this team fight that they can fall back on. So I think that this type of like pivot in the draft is actually really interesting. I wouldn't have liked as much the hard commit from a Kai'Sa because then a Nautilus ult coming your way. The Poppy's going to be blocking your ultimate mobility. But here's a fun one. Shen locked in for Dignitas.
Yeah, probably the jungle Shen angle. Maybe that goes into Photon's hand. Actually, it is good into Sion. So you can, if you can get your Q pass-throughs as well, then it's quite nice up there, and you get to be the one with the Stand United. So you can, sometimes Sion gets advantages over other top laners where he can like push out a lane and then walk bottom, make an ultimate play. But Shen, of course, with your Stand United, you can definitely keep tempo with a Sion.
Also helps the Orianna in that sideline. Like you were highlighting before, usually we think Orianna's going to be weak, but now you got some extra backup.
True. Not as much mobility as previous in history, but more shields.
Yeah, and Palafox, he's getting in position. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He switched feet.
He gets up a lot.
He's ready.
He might get up out of his chair the most of any LCS pro player. Like during games and stuff, sometimes you can see on the player cams too.
Do you think they would let him just like do a standing desk? Is that the answer to unlock Palafox?
No, because the desk is like full. Well,
I think that it is one long desk.
I'm not gonna say no
actually.
yet.
No, okay.
We'll keep the door open. Maybe there's like an ergonomics lawsuit or something. I don't want to get into any of that.
Yeah, let's not bring that one up again.
We got but
he seems comfortable right now.
Yeah, no standing desk right now, so he just gets up a lot.
Yeah. Dignitas backs against the wall. Their entire spring split run is resting on this game, and then the next, and then the series after that. They have to win out from this point to make playoffs. A game loss in this series means that they are not in contention for spring split playoffs anymore. And DSG are coming in looking hot, Kobe. That was a one-sided win in game number 1.
Certainly was. And in game number 2, let's see what they can pull off. KryRa on Jarvan here has a lot of options. They are trying to keep track of him early. Photon himself goes up to get the kind of medium ward here between blue buff and the entrance over to Gromp. So he's going to make sure that he knows KryRa is leaving top lane, so you can trade very heavily with Shen. Straight out of the gate here, you usually want to place your Q further up so you can get a nice little Q pullback for the early trade onto the Sion and start to establish some of the, there you go.
Yeah.
Early dominance of Shen, just because Q is so good early on.
Plus your Grasp of the Undying procs as well means that you just trade really efficiently as now eXyu. Ooh, he's looking for an invade right now onto KryRa. Doesn't have the smite available, so he just headbutts him into the wall and will get the electrocute proc. Pushes KryRa all the way back to the tier 2 turret. That is a very effective invade.
So he did spend his flash in order to assert this dominance, because he flashes over the back of this wall right here, this Baron wall. And he does not, doesn't look from the UI, look, he's running the Hex Flash, even though he is utility for his secondaries. But the burst damage from the electrocute and getting there with a surprise.
Ooh, not going to be 2, though. KryRa is able to get the Wolves.
He used his flash for all this, so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe his flash gets punished, maybe it doesn't. But, you know, had to assert some dominance after last game. Like, last game, he got...
It's about sending a message.
He got pushed around last game. He was just getting beat up in the Dragon Pit.
Yeah.
Punched around. He was like, you know what?
Dredge line in onto Lyonz. FBI gets pushed back, though. Big slow as Sajed's full health, so... All right, 2v2, nothing's going to happen down there. And yeah, back to the jungle. We're going to have to track to see that flash, because one camp ahead, you want to get more if you're going to commit your flash for that type of early invade. The fact that KryRa gets the Wolf is really big for KryRa to stay in this game.
Yeah, we'll see, too, because it throws off a lot of the regular, you know, quote-unquote jungle plans, since the respawn timers get all out of whack when early invades go off like this. So you get stuff like this where you collapse on level 3 Scuttle Crabs. Thankfully for eXyu, his bottom lane has push, And he's able to secure this one with KryRa in his face. Does invest his smite charge to do so. And since Callme is 50% HP, actually KryRa comes back.
Yeah, lands a flag and drag, couple autos in there, taking full advantage of the Jarvan passive. That first auto doing a lot of damage. There's a flash from Callme. Will land a shuriken, but I mean the Poppy W is just able to walk you away.
Their comms must have been something around, hey, remember this Poppy doesn't have flash, but he's not that vulnerable. He still has his W, so I thought that was a very weird flash from Callme. I don't think that's really a kill angle, especially with Palafox there. Orianna can shield up the Poppy damage as well, so...
We still have an invade prolonged, though.
They did certainly want it to be a kill angle. I don't know. Maybe if they had like walked up, if KryRa had stepped on the shield passive thing that had popped off.
Ooh, flashes galore in the mid lane as first blood picked up by DSG.
That's the real kill angle. You get the support roam over too. KryRa flashes, they trade flashes. Lulu also flashing, getting the kill into Callme's hands. It's like he got that first blood off of the Poppy anyway.
It's the same thing.
Even better, actually.
True.
Because now the Orianna doesn't have flash for when you get level 6.
Oh, okay. Ignar wasn't able to get in range to get the auto before Callme got the shuriken flip, so... Yeah, and Callme's got a huge wave to collect here as well. So Palafox, no flash, is in danger. Photon, once he hits level 6, will be able to help him out a little bit, but there's always the potential that KryRa can re-look for another gank here, especially as Callme should be pretty close to picking up that level 6, probably one wave away as I'm looking at that XP bar.
Nice, they defend the last attack on the control ward too. I mean, I always do like that. You know, he's hovering over, make sure you can keep that vision. Even though your opponents know that it's there, it's still like they have to actually get rid of it with their hands, and it's on your side of the map, and so it gives you like one more good play out of that ward being there probably. So we'll see. Nice little defense here. Things for DSG once again. It seems like they're so calm, like they're handling all of even the surprise plays from Dig, like the level 2 Poppy. A lot of people would call it cheese. Going for red buff, flashing over the wall, and level 2 surprising you at Gromp.
Photon gets some big damage onto Srtty. He's trying to body block from the unstoppable onslaught, but Srtty does just walk away. Photon looking for his own little cheese there. The Shen percentage HP damage coming.
Hey, that's honorable.
Oh, speaking of honorable, how about just a straight up 2v1 kill under turret there?
Yeah, maybe they go for a little more pressure.
Yeah.
Krugs are being taken by eXyu. Let's see.
This is a really rough moment. Yeah, eXyu's going to take this. They have the dive set up, and now the Shen stand united. Everybody's partying in the bot lane, and that is a dead Yunara. Another kill over to Dignitas.
All right, Photon, get out of there so you can recall and get back to lane since he doesn't have his teleport. Ooh, it actually would be really nice if Lyonz could stop his recall and Photon, because they had vision of Lyonz. He is going to stop it. Keep chasing him, delay it. So try and make him pay a little bit. Sion trying to get the wave in. They do make them pay with the red buff steal, thank you observers, as well as Srtty cashing in on a single plate.
eXyu's coming up to the top lane as KryRa's on the Krugs. eXyu will get to the wave. Close to hitting level 6 himself. He might be able to get it here as the dredge line lands from Ignar. eXyu's not level 6 yet, still level 5 as he walks away from the wave. So KryRa just gets a flag and drag out.
Okay, and eXyu, I believe, grabbed the cannon kill under the tower while Ignar was defending his Gromps for him. So gets his level 6.
Yeah, I want to take a look here. So this actually started even before this. So this is the play where they get the dredge line on Alliance. He's trying to hold the wave. Ignar punishes, right?
That is a story as old as time.
But it started earlier. My bad, Arlen. My bad. It started earlier when sajed took 2 Mystic shots that he should have been able to sidestep, but because he took those, he goes for the reset, which left Lion alone in lane. So it's kind of this cascading effect.
You are for sure a support player, bro. You're just blaming... I like that deflection.
Yeah.
You know what? No,
I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
If Yunara wasn't half health and reset, that lane wouldn't have been in that spot.
I agree. I like the angle. You know, we gotta go back and look at the domino effects.
Yeah. You know what? Analyst Lounge, after this game,
I like that.
Let's take a look at what happened 30 seconds before that play.
I loved it. Actually, now I want to play this game in like so many scenarios.
Yeah.
It's like the new version of Blame game. And like each person comes with some clips, and you're like, look at this guy, look at a poor play that this guy made, and then the other person's job is to rewind and go back and find how he can blame
somebody else.
Yeah. It's actually so funny too, because like so many times, supports are like, oh, I'm trying to be a good support, I'll hold the wave, I'm pulling it over for you, and then the opponents or whatever like didn't really recall, or they come out like that and they land their hook on you and punish supports that are trying to hold waves. But so that is an old story, but I do like the angle of like, well, you took this poke damage here, and you had to go back for the reset.
Don't mind that Lyonz had flash, and he saw the Nautilus walking out the whole time. That doesn't matter. No, it's just
exactly. That's the point of the game, of the blame game, is to rewind and
find
place the blame somewhere else.
I like this. Let's bring it back. Currently, right now, we have Dragon up, but neither team's looking at it. So, I mean, it's going to be a pretty late Dragon stacking, all things considered, in this game, as nobody's picked up that first one. And, in fact, eXyu's even walking up to take the grubs instead. Palafox is going to be there. Ignar even roams all the way up. So FBI is going to be laning alone for right now as the shockwave lands on the Callme in the mid lane. Ignar not level 6, so can't continue the CC train. Callme gets out.
Okay, gets out. And what is the timer on that teleport? Pretty dang small little sliver of a cooldown. So he actually can just sustain under his tower anyway. Continues testing, so feels pretty good for him. Bot side, though, not feeling good.
Ignar still not level 6. We have a 2v2 sajed trying to play in the way, but Photon comes in with the stand united. Flash from sajed to dodge the Mystic shot, but the flash ball from Ignar. Dredge line lands, and Ignar with the kill. Dig, another one on the board.
Dignitas, you said they're always good for one, Kangas.
They're always good.
Maybe. They have been swept by some teams.
Ironically, other teams around them in the standings. Yeah, a FlyQuest is one of the other ones, but they're also like in that, they're top 4, but they're not in the top 3 kind of clump right now. So yeah, it's weird how Dignitas' series have gone.
Yeah, I like how it's a question mark. They've been punching up, question mark, because look at these. You get your win off of Line, off of TL, off of Cloud9, and then, FlyQuest, swept them, but they were quite close, I remember, in that second game.
Yeah.
And you kind of thought they were going to do it, and they fumbled for sure towards the later stages. But we'll see if they can do it this time around, because, again, it's an absolutely necessary win for Dignitas to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose this game, then they are out of playoffs. If they lose this series, even if they do win this game at all and lose the next game, then they will still be out. But got to start here, and we mentioned Photon saying, you know what, I'm not going out like that, give me something different. And he's made good use of the Shen. Multiple good Shen plays to the bottom side of the map have definitely helped.
And if you like the Xinjiao build, something tells me you're going to like the Shen build as well here, because he's building towards that Titanic.
It can be the same thing. Because Shen, Titanic into Dusk and Dawn also is very real and very good burst damage. But I think it's quite likely that he goes just Titanic into regular.
He body blocked Srtty's unstoppable onslaught, and now eXyu's here, so this should be a dead Sion. Flashes away, flash, ult follow from eXyu, but in comes KryRa, backing up his top laner, and will get Srtty out of there. KryRa at the right place at the right time.
Woo! Evacuation complete, and Srtty has been, punishing when the Shen does leave.
Yeah.
His CS, for Srtty has been decent, and he also got the single turret plate, though, similar thing is about to happen for Photon.
Ooh, Hex Flash from Ignar, looking for the dredge line. It was a little wide. Callme's able to sidestep that one, jukes it around.
Yeah.
And Srtty's even going to catch this wave. So to your point, Kobe, Srtty's having still a great laning phase in this series.
It does help when your opponent leaves sometimes. But also,
Sion's favorite lane state is nobody there.
Yeah, he's also been, doing, I mean, that's what that's all you can really do here on this side. Then maybe try and make an ult play or something to pay your team back. But he, as you called out, did try and use the ult for escape there. Not going to have to cool down for a while. Interrupt the recalls here. Little timing play.
Like that.
Definitely nice, because you're on your Trinity Force spike for Ezreal, so it's a very good timing for FBI.
This means you can push the wave in the mid lane, but Ignar going to go for the dredge line. Did not I guess he was fishing for one person. There were two there, so they back off.
And
but FBI is able to push this mid wave and get another plate now. Actually, 2 plates, I believe, here. So FBI is getting a big lead for himself again, just like game 1, 1.5K now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like this one's going to be real for him too.
Yeah.
Game 1, Dignitas didn't turn into really much at all because they're kind of smashed everywhere else and around all the team fights and objectives. But I think this one is going to be real for FBI. The poke damage is going to be insane. You know, he made his own tempo play by stopping the recall of sajed and then being he was both the benefactor and the beneficiary of that play because he was able to earn the extra push here. And so, yeah, very good timing for him on his tier and Trinity Force. Your poke damage is good. You're very safe in the mid lane.
Not gonna lie, didn't realize there was a difference in meaning for those words.
There is a big one, and it's
you.
actually funny because a lot of people say the wrong one.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to different moments in my life now. I'm like, I've definitely used that incorrectly, and I'm learning. Yeah. It's important to have a growth mindset, everybody.
Nice. Yeah. Learn something today. We got a deep Lulu, too, here. Look at these wards through the red quadrant of the jungle. Unfortunately, we can't highlight them here for you, but you can see them on the minimap highlighted I can see you pointing at them.
So I can confirm to everybody, Kobe would be drawing on the screen.
Nice bright blue spots all over the top side of this map.
Oh, that is a lot of blue. I didn't even look at the minimap. That is, well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wards in the top river/enemy jungle. Lit up like a Christmas tree. Srtty in a very safe spot as now Lyonz is going to walk up. See eXyu. Sajed's coming up as well. It's going to be 2 melee champions against the hyper carry plus the support. So eXyu and Ignar decide to back off, but they're still on a ward. Still spotted right there.
See if the attack is successful, because you have Sion wrapping around, and Srtty does have his Sion ultimate ready. I mean, however, flashes are available for Ignar. There's no flash on eXyu, so maybe that's what they were thinking with all this deep wards. They're like, all right, maybe we can find a play onto this flashless Poppy and punish. But
especially if Lyonz like polymorph, so there's no steadfast presence coming out. But they didn't pull the trigger. KryRa was potentially looking for it. He was in the neighborhood, but Dignitas are at least able to wrestle some of this vision back to their side.
Meanwhile, the bottom side matchup has swapped here with Gunblade Akali going into the Shen. Wonder if Callme is going to be able to put out significant pressure down there, because otherwise it's a Shen with Stand United and teleport.
Yeah.
And
well, you know what could happen is the old shuriken flip to follow the Stand United.
That is always so sick.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to see one of those?
Sometimes it's really bad for you, but do it every time anyway.
Yeah, again, do the funny thing. As KryRa looks for the flag and drag there onto Ignar, not going to land it. Sajed getting chunked out by FBI. As Lion Shield behind him, Dredge Line will go a little wide as now KryRa goes back in for the re-engage. Polymorph onto eXyu. Stand United Shield will keep him alive, but not for long enough. Sajed with the kill. Now 2 on the board for DSG.
There they go. They do get their
shockwave on a KryRa and interrupted the flag and drag, so he has to flash away from the Dredge Line.
They finally get their punish onto Poppy that they had been setting up for and looking for so long. And even with the Stand United, and I'm looking back, it looks like the flash timer had come up, like just in time. It was a couple of seconds away, but it had come up.
Wow.
So they burst him down. No Stand United play available for Dignitas now. Let's see what they can get in the aftermath. In addition to Rift Herald pushing out an extra wave here, so nice little play for DSG. Of course, they also hit their 2-item power spike on Yunara. So Yunara plus Lulu starts to be a little bit scary. Thankfully for Dig, they've got a Nautilus, so your point and click maybe can help you set something up.
And because Callme didn't have the Shen taxi service to follow that Stand United, actually used the TP. Photon actually got the bottom turret, and is now top lane getting this turret as well. So Photon's really making a lot happen in these side lanes. I don't know if he'll get the full turret top side, but it's at least going to be very low.
Teleport will be critical here for the bottom side Dragonfight 2, because both teams making their way into it.
Srtty and Photon both have access to it, but so far DSG, they dropped the Herald in the pit. That always Herald gives you the option, to use it to just engage into Dignitas, who are now waiting in the banana brush. They have vision control of the area. DSG do not see them, so now the Herald comes out, lands a knock up on eXyu. He gets in range and he steals it! eXyu just walks up, presses smite, walks away. It's a shockwave onto KryRa, not going to be followed up by anybody, but Dignitas, I mean, sure, you'll take it.
I mean, yeah, you'll take that. Yoink, thank you very much. That was free as hell. Just walk up and take it, even with the comedy of the Rift Heralds that are used for combat. Yeah, I mean, to knock him up, but he walked into range.
Yeah, it's like a 0.5 second knockup. It's not very long. So let's get another look at that, because it seems like the idea is, okay, eXyu CC'd,
it's all good. He's in here now. Walk up, boom. That is a hard, whoa, yeah. That was a hard one to do. Last number I saw was 16 something.
Really?
So that was a hard smite to pull off.
Okay, well done.
Sometimes nice to be a little lucky too.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. As at least eXyu keeps Dignitas in the game when it comes to the Dragon stacking. DSG's not going to keep those ones going. And they didn't get any use out of the Herald either. Like, they didn't land that onto the turret. So that means kind of wasted time now for DSG across the board. KryRa will get an invade, taking away the Gromp. Callme's getting multiple plates here, but top turret did eventually fall. Dignitas with 2 of the structures taken, none answered currently for DSG.
Okay, FBI is definitely in a very good position. Super rich, fully transformed Orianna. He needs to hit Mystic shots.
Yeah.
On people, though.
Yeah, they don't do damage to the turrets. I'm sure he's aware of that. Still went down. 3 turrets to 0. Dignitas controlling the objectives here. And the map by extension. Big damage onto Sajed as eXyu tried to carry the shockwave in. Has the ultimate to knock back the J4. Sajed still getting some big damage in onto the Poppy. Stand United will be channeled. Srtty's in the thick of things as he's taunted up, but still commit onto eXyu. Sajed gets the kill. Callme goes in. Depth charge will not save FBI's life as Ignar tries to get out of there. Flashing onto the turret. Taunted up Srtty. The Q is interrupted. Dignitas still lose 2 members. DSG stand tall.
I gotta say, Sajed saw that play coming. Nicely done, Sajed. He flashes. He's like, hey, I recognize this Poppy has been given the Orianna ball. There is a reason this guy is charging and flashing towards me.
He is trying to dunk.
Good flash from Sajed to avoid the Poppy flash shockwave delivery system. And even though he took a big chunk of damage from the Ezreal, it turns favorable for DSG. They're going to get the Baron. Yeah, you know, Dignitas can try and make them pay a little bit in turret plate money, but that is so big for them.
They still have not taken a turret, but you have to imagine wearing the Red Bull Baron power play, DSG will be able to crack these structures now. Sajed, we talk about this guy. Laning phase, still things to work on. He's a rookie. Not expecting him to be able to smash lanes at this level, but when he's needed to step up in these bigger team fight moments, that's where a player like Sajed is already shining, and that makes it so excited for the growth of him going into the future. As right now, FBI pushed out here in the mid lane. Photon's hovering around. DSG are getting the wave to crash, but it seems like they're more focused on Callme in the bot lane. eXyu gets a flash in onto the carry. Sajed still lives with Lyonz' help, but he's locked down, trying to kite back. He's out of there. Photon with the kill. It's traded, though, as DSG look to turn back onto the backline themselves. Flash from Ignar, but Callme is the carry for DSG. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far, but can DSG get out the flash taunt from Photon? Dignitas continue the play onto KryRa. Callme got to safety. Srtty is just a wall of a front line, but KryRa taunted again. Photon steps up, huge for Dignitas in the team fight, and that's gonna be a 4-for-2 trade for Dig.
The Titanic Hydra Dusk and Dawn combo is gonna get nerfed, isn't it? Man. This is my favorite thing in the game, though. Man! Yep. It's so fun. All right. Photon, though, doing some work, some good burst damage, some good taunts from him. But let's take another look at the focus. This time around, they know, okay, Sajed doesn't have flash anymore, so we can full send on Sajed this time. We kill him. And, yeah, you answer back a little bit, but, you know, Callme doesn't have as much threat left over anymore. And it's Ezreal with red buff still. So they know they can follow the chase. Photon, look at that damage from this boy. Pops a blast cone as well. Pops KryRa.
Yep. Popping everybody as Photon showing the strength of that 2-item spike on Shen. And yeah, I mean, FBI being alive, he was able to get so much damage onto Srtty while he was holding the line. Like, Sion can't tank an Ezreal forever, unfortunately. And that is a big win for Dignitas. Now he's looking for even more on the Sajed. Again, the wild growth will keep him up. Let's see how much Dignitas want to go for it. They have the Stand United from Photon, so they kind of full sent for that. Callme now as a flank.
All right, can they get poke damage? They do need to get some value out of the poke here for Dignitas. FBI, you know, previously he has been able to land some pretty significant poke either onto sajed. You know, it's fine if he lands it onto like Lyonz or something as well if the positioning is there. It looks like not even going to attempt the cancel here for DSG. They're just gonna make the swap up to the top side and see if they can get a little tower money up there.
Okay, that was not sold. That was sajed getting it. I thought that for a second. FBI stole that one with a two-shot barrage. Was aiming for the wave, I believe, as DSG, their Baron power play, not very powerful, Kobe. It was, I think, like 300 as it expired. Now they will at least get this top turret, but Dignitas did a great job of kind of nullifying that Baron push.
And a lot, I mean, we did talk about in the previous game, but, you know, how Photon is a lot of times the star player for Dignitas, but he is really the star player this time around because even the success of the bottom side of the map, there was a lot of Shen plays where he, you know, Shen stand united down to the bottom side and, you know, got FBI into a pretty good position, but it's still Photon who has the lion's share of the gold and the gold advantage.
They play tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. Ha, 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 ha.
Okay, DSG right now trying to get onto Photon. No Stand United.
Is that a curse?
No flash, and he's all alone in the side lane. Even a teleport in from Callme. DSG are full committing onto the Shen. Why play into the lane that he can join if you can just play into his lane? And the shutdown gold goes to Callme. Big pickup there for the Akali.
The power of the caster curse, Kangas.
It's real. See, you don't have to nerf these items now.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Genius. See, it's easy. Just go kill him.
Yeah.
They take down Photon. It's actually huge, Kangas. It's actually huge. You know, he had the obviously massive gold difference in favor on Dignitas, the only one that's in their favor. And guess what? Callme is eating good here. The Akali is rich. That is some very scary burst damage.
And this is part of why you would have highlighted Callme, as looked like the siege continues for DSG. When we're asking the question who steps up, Callme so far in this game is Zep charge on the sajed, pushes him back as Srtty's taking up a lot of damage, uses the flash to get away, and Dignitas will not find a kill. But Summoner Spell down now on the tanky top laner. Ooh.
I don't think there's going to be a continuation on the play. They do really want this mid tower. Actually, KryRa wants even some red buff action.
Looks like he's not spotted. He goes for the engage on the Palafox, but he doesn't have the team nearby. They're coming up now as a Cataclysm will land on the Palafox, but the Stand United shield just makes Palafox way too tanky. Now the rest of DSG join up, but KryRa was deep in enemy territory. It take too long for the rest to join in. Dignitas keep their mid laner alive, and now they're turning the attention to the top laner. Srtty Callme gets out of the back line, just eviscerates Palafox. A double kill to Callme. The Akali carry arrives, and that's a team fight win for DSG.
Yeah, call an ambulance. Definitely for them. Definitely for them.
That was 0 to 100 real fast there, Kobe. I was ready to say, what was that, KryRa? I mean, he went way too deep at first.
Yeah, you could still say that, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe the comms were like, yo, I am so fed right now, just start a fight anyways. I'll clean it up. I'll make it good. I'll clean that up.
It don't matter how it starts, it matters how it ends. But it ends with KryRa coming out from base. The Baron started, but no smite for DSG. Dignitas eXyu is still up. So DSG, they can't get this Baron too low, but they're also getting poked by FBI. Dredgeline lands onto Srtty. Now Callme gets over the wall, looking at FBI, now turning attention onto Ignar. The Nautilus is taken down. Callme goes godlike, and now KryRa has joined up with the rest of the team. But as I say it, they decide to back off from Baron. They'll just take the pick.
Okay, Akali's a problem. Yeah, as we were looking at earlier, talking about how rich she is, and she put that money to good use. So the call is, yo, just try and like make the fight extended. I feel like it always is kind of risky because you see they're right there with the Poppy and they have Shen, but Callme's still walking over, and so once Callme gets here, look at this deletion on the Orianna. Palafox is 60% health to 0 instantly.
Yeah.
And then he's able to get out off the other side through the Shen and killing off the Shen as he exits.
And eXyu used Steadfast Presence a little early. It expired by the time that Callme used the came out of the stasis. So DSG right back to the Baron. They're going to start this up again. It's down to half health. eXyu is nearby. Keeper's Verdict could knock away KryRa. So Srtty's got a body block. They at least get the teleport in from Photon and back away. It's just the play to bait out the Summoner spell. TP down. eXyu in the brush, though, really far forward. Has the ultimate used. Knocks away Srtty, but he's chunked as well.
Everybody needs to track Akali at all times.
They see him. They know exactly where he is. So now Srtty's got to go in and try and back up his mid laner. As the ultimate will land onto Ignar as he dredge lines away. And now they chain CC. They're trying to lock down the flanker. Callme, even with the wild growth and the Zhonya's, might go down. Has the ultimate and the Shuriken flip to get to safety. But that was precarious.
Yeah, they knew he was on that angle. They jump on him, and they still don't get him. You know how frustrating that is, Kangas?
Pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
7-0-2, that's a juicy shutdown if they get that kill.
Yeah, Lyonz over the wall was able to get the wild growth and use the Summoner spell heal. And, man, Akali lives one of the most frustrating champions in the game. Very fed still, and not giving over the bounty.
Oh, eXyu trying to take his own camp right now as KryRa with the Cataclysm locks him down. Nobody is there to back up eXyu. Dignitas lose their jungler.
Yeah, I mean, that's just better coordination from DSG on the reset here where Dignitas are spread, just trying to farm their own jungle, trying to farm top lane with Orianna. You know, good focus from DSG, and they're not even going to go take the easy objective of the dragon first. They're going to say, you know what, we're going to use your jungle death timer to force on Baron. Some good poke damage a little bit from the Ezreal.
And we still have Shockwave available for Dignitas, so Palafox could find a big one right here. DSG are clumped up. They're grouping. FBI's landing the poke onto Callme. They're just marking the Akali right now. Dredge line will go wide. Srtty's got a big shield, but Photon goes in, trying to take down KryRa. The wild growth is not enough to save the jungler. Dignitas fight through with the number disadvantage, but sajed unleashed. Callme goes down. Tag in the rookie AD carry. sajed unleashed with a double kill, but he's locked down. He's taken down. FBI stands tall. The double kill to Dignitas' carry.
They underestimated the assassin Shen build with the Titanic Dusk and Dawn, baby. My jungler's dead? Nah. Your jungler is dead. Look at this. Photon's just staring at KryRa right in front of him. He's got him to 50% HP. Titanic Hydra off of the ward. Boom, goes in. Titanic Hydra.
Filthy.
With the Dusk and Dawn right there, instantly deletes him, and the rest of the team, I mean, yeah, sajed is getting some kills, but look at FBI is still alive here, and after they deal with the zombie, they're able to get the hook right onto sajed. FBI was killing him while he was walking past the Shen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Watch me, Photon.
Nice, guys. Good job.
Did he say watch me, Photon? I couldn't catch what that last one was, but yeah, that was awesome.
Because Photon did the big play, kill the enemy jungle, save the Baron, and then they get the Baron, and they get the Dragon too. DSG, they could have gone with the safe option, go Dragon first. You know, we killed enemy jungle, we'll get Dragon first, then we'll look for the next round of plays. And I felt like they were in a pretty comfortable position.
Yeah.
But after that, taking the risky option, going for the Baron, not respecting the Shen damage.
Yup. But fool me once. I think
Don't fool me once, now you just got Dragon Soul Point and Baron. And
well, I think at this point, if you're DSG and they do that again, like you cannot, as a Yunara, be standing melee range of a Shen in the Spirit's Refuge. Like your autos aren't going to do anything. You can't kill him. You got to kite back. So it's moments like that. I think
you're getting hit with the Ezreal poke at the
exactly
same time.
right. So I feel like there's ways DSG could have won that fight. They're not respecting Shen's damage. They got to learn from those mistakes. They're still in the game, but Dignitas with the Baron can keep pushing the siege. Callme will get one turret in the top side, but Dignitas will crack the inhibitor turret in the bottom side, and they look to keep it going with 2 empowered cannon minions.
Yeah, I don't know if you even get to make that mistake again as DSG, because Dignitas here, the siege looks very good. Poke damage is good. Eventually these buffed up cannon minions get the inhibitor, and they're gonna get a lot off of that play.
KryRa was looking for the 1v1. I don't think he wins that. If he finds that 1v1 onto Photon right there, Ignar not landing the dredge line there onto DSG. So it's going to be the 1 inhibitor taken for now. Dignitas will back off from the bottom side and reassert their focus here in the mid lane as Photon will go for the reset and go towards the top lane. 4 items on the Shen. He has a stand united, so he can join up very quickly. Dignitas are in a commanding position.
If Dignitas
Okay, Dredge line goes a little wide, has to flash away. Depth charge onto KryRa, but Callme gets big damage in onto Ignar. Keeper's verdict from eXyu will smack away Srtty on the engage, and Dignitas will have to back off.
If Dignitas win this game and go on to win this series, what type of bonus do you give Photon?
I think he's rich enough. He's got 4.9k gold.
So your bonus in real life depends on your gold lead in game.
Ooh,
maybe.
Is it just like $1, like 5k? He just gets a 5k bonus.
Maybe a multiplier.
There's something there.
Yeah, how much do they value getting into playoffs here too?
I mean, that is the goal of the team.
Maybe it's also like.
I should hook Akali there. Second one.
Yeah, you still have to look Akali. You still have to be tracking Akali. Nautilus is one of the biggest answers, of course. You have to really respect Callme still, even though they were able to, find him on, previous play. He has his fully completed Zhonya's. His damage is outrageous. So definitely have to fully track the Akali, especially here with the Nautilus and the Poppy.
Building towards the Void Staff, going to just be one-shot. We already saw how fast he was able to one-shot Palafox earlier in the game, but now Palafox has his Zhonya's. Now, with the lock-in on Ignar, it's going to be harder to even take down FBI and such, so Dignitas, I still think that they're in such a good spot currently, but when Callme is able to get out to that backline, if he finds that one angle, this game could still be in DSG's court. They just got to find that moment.
Plus, I mean, the Yunara is very dangerous with a Guardian Angel too, and you have, full crit multipliers operational. You've got your Infinity Edge, you have your Lord Dom. So if sajed does get time to hit and is able to stay mobile here, he's got a Lulu backing him up, and he's very, very threatening in some extended fights. So you have a couple of big threats that you really need to be wary of. But from the side of Dig, the threat, the Giga Chad has been Photon. See if he can make another big play for them, because their map is in a pretty good spot, and they're looking at Dragon's Soul in just over a minute.
The one thing I'll say for DSG is that, the Shen, I would argue, has kind of hit the damage power spike already in this game. You're building more tanky from this point, so you're just getting health. It's not like your damage is going to keep scaling to kind of one-shot people like KryRa, Callme.
And you've already been one-shot, so you're not going to let it happen again.
You cannot let it happen again.
You're not going to stand in front of him with 50% HP.
Yeah, let's please not do that. As KryRa goes for the flag and drag, Cataclysm onto Palafox. Ignar's holding the line as KryRa has to flash away, and in goes Photon, but he's targeted down. The Shen in the Spirit's Refuge does not live long enough. DSG take down the raid boss, and that's all the gold lead for Dignitas out of the fight.
Man, KryRa is I'm really impressed with KryRa as a North American talent here. The way he plays this fight, he goes in, he forces on Orianna until the point Orianna shockwaves. Orianna tries to shockwave him solo, and he flashes it then out of his own Cataclysm. So he both puts the pressure on the low mobility carry, gets the big, cooldown for the team fight out. Even though he has to invest his flash to do it, avoiding the shockwave there, they're able to make then the collapse play and just turn around onto Photon, onto the Shen that's coming through, and they've got the Lulu survivability there for him. They just buff him up, and KryRa survives the play, doesn't have to give up the Guardian Angel charge.
Yeah.
Now, yes, the flash is a long cooldown, but the Dragon Soul would be permanent, so you definitely worth there.
You'll take those.
Deny the Dragon Soul.
Dignitas still have some time, though, because it was denied, but it's not like DSG are even on Soul Point. They still have to get 2 in a row from this position. So if you're DSG, I almost feel like the win con is more going to be a team fight win at Baron and then push for something big afterwards.
Well, but the denial of a soul is... that's part of your win con also.
Sure, yeah. I guess you can make the argument both ways.
You're it is definitely necessary, because that's an annoying one to deal with. The damage reduction when you're low, super annoying for Akali too. So obviously that is one step on their pathway, back towards victory here. Another step is...
Callme spotted by Palafox. The shockwave used very early as a Sand United as well. eXyu's here. Stasis for Callme, but he's not able to get out of there this time. DSG's mid laner is out of there, as now the fight will have to come through from sajed. He's walking forward to get damage on Ignar, who's locked down, and now he's free firing onto the front line. sajed unleashed as DSG continue the push. 4v5. Who needs the mid laner when you got the late game Yunara A double kill to sajed, and DSG win the fight.
Yeah, they forgot about the other carry, the sustained damage carry. The Yunara comes through with the Lulu buffing him up. This is a really good, call from Dignitas, though. Palafox is like, he's going to look for the flank. Really, really smart play from Palafox and Dignitas. The genius midfielder finds their opponent, but Kangas, sajed is hitting the whole time, and guess what? That was Nautilus ult right there.
Yeah.
Nautilus was getting, focused so heavily that he had to blow his ult real early. sajed is fully stacked up, and he can chase through because Dignitas used a lot to deal with the Akali threat. And now they just get to force through. With Guardian Angel, KryRa knows, you know what? I can just go extend the play. I can make sure we keep the rest of them here for you to hit. I will go Cataclysm. You continue to chase sajed.
And also, even before the Cataclysm, KryRa zoned FBI. FBI could not get any damage in the fight except for onto the J4. And look at that damage, 12K in one fight from the rookie.
It is literally dream fights for Yunara when everyone is grouped up so closely like that, because your splash, you get the splash going back off of the Runon Bolt's procs, and when everyone's close like that, absolutely melts, as you saw on screen.
Plus, you're healing up. You got all the shields from the Lulu, the Ardent Sensor buffing your attacks as well. Like, yeah, I think we've kind of reached the transition point. Callme is still a threat, but the main character, the main threat at this point is Ignar. We highlighted this in the draft. They have options. DSG can go for the front to back, or they can go for the dives. And even if Callme goes down, DSG have proven that if they plant their feet, they can stand their ground.
Guardian Angel timers are also pretty big for them, and sajed still has his.
Yep.
So while they did work around KryRa's, and it was a good investment to Cataclysm, sacrifice the Guardian Angel, get the extra kills, obviously. Now, of course, they don't have it for the time being, but they've got Baron buff, so it's a pretty safe siege for them in the meantime.
Yeah.
And they can even have Akali go answer the Shen push. So Callme has his teleport ready. Everything's pretty safe for DSG. Just play around, you're buffing up your minions, and eventually getting the mid lane tower as well in their favor.
It felt like Dignitas were coming back in this game, and maybe that could mount to come back in the series, but from this position, 5K gold lead overall for DSG, and it's pretty much sajed matching Photon, so then mid lane and jungle and support are kind of the other equalizers to get that lead, rather, for DSG.
I mean, you kind of touched on it, Kangas, but Shen, even though Photon has been great and made a lot of big plays, you can't really carry a game later.
Your damage is capped at a certain point.
You could do a lot of work to get your team up and kind of carry early, but in the late game scenarios here, I mean, we're literally looking at a 7-item Yunara with the new AD carry role quests. So
and now we're looking at the base falling apart. I mean, that inhibitor turret's down, an inhibitor as well. Even with open inhibs on DSG's side, Dignitas, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail to even touch those for the rest of this game. They are well behind, and the next dragon's up in 20 seconds. DSG have an easy path back to drop their vision line in the jungle, control the access points, and get themselves to soul point.
So...
We're at the point. Oh, okay, actually. I was going to ask a hypothetical, but now we might see KryRa go for an engage onto Ignar. Callme's going to catch his mid wave.
It's so scary for them.
If DSG win a team fight, they could end the game through bot lane. Supers are going to be pushing in there, so they don't have to go for the Dragon Soul. They can just take the 5v5. Srtty's getting chunks down by FBI. Good Mystic shots there. Srtty low. The Shockwave will land on a Callme, but Srtty will go for his own engage. Now, Keeper's Verdict channeled here by eXyu will throw it out, and it lands onto Lulu, so support's out of there, but Dignitas can't get in. They have depth charge from Ignar, but sajed's just not getting in the angle, and now Lyonz is going to regroup up with the rest of DSG. They can assert the front line again. Srtty's going to go in with Callme, damage onto Ignar. As eXyu's looking for his own flank here, KryRa's going to miss it, but eXyu's just getting chunked down. The stand united's not enough. sajed on a killing spree. Double kill to the AD carry. DSG again. Step up when the team fight matters. Photon fails to flash over the wall. A triple to sajed as Lyonz will flash the True Shot Barrage. TP from Srtty. This could be the game end push. It's just FBI and Palafox left to try and clear the waves. But 4 members stand on DSG. sajed full health. This is how the series ends. DSG keep their playoff dreams alive as they look to 2-0 Dignitas, denying them the playoffs run. Sajed, the rookie, dominates as a 2-0 is claimed by DSG.
And welcome Srtty, he is undefeated in the LCS 2-0. Very nice, coming in, very little announcement ahead of time. No time here really.
No
to
fanfare,
mesh.
no trumpets.
Yeah.